Huh? Kaito?
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar. Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it.
Indeed. And, like I said before, it would be a bit too coincidental that Himiko would grab the crossbow out of all things. After Kaito learned how to use it like a couple of days ago. He certainly could use it given that he learned from Maki.
Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Yeah. Unless, again, like I said before, she was threatened to... God, why is it so difficult to say that word? Threatened to bring it to him. I doubt Himiko would ever do anything for Kokichi, given the way he is. And also, if he wanted a crossbow, he could have just done it himself by going to Maki's lab. Granted, thinking back on this idea, it is a bit debatable if he would abandon the hangar, given that anyone could storm in and while he's gone.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
'Cause I know you like me.
What? No, she doesn't.
Nuh-uh! I hate you!
But I like you.
Eh? Really, Himiko? Really?
Hey, don't play with Himiko's heart!
But to think that Kaito asked Himiko to do that... Maybe Kaito is trying to keep the promise we made yesterday. Don't you worry, I'll do something about all this. That's a promise. All you guys are working so hard, so I cannot just sit back and relax.
But why were you keeping that a secret, Himiko?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret. Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Wow. Way to shamelessly insult the girl that you quote-unquote like. Fucking ass. You really have no limit.
Don't bully the person you like.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Himiko, when exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me. I got startled and wet myself a little, and then he asked me to get him a crossbow.
You know, I really do have to question your decision of going out near the hangar at night, Himiko. You know how dangerous it can be with Kokichi and his excisos, inside and around the hangar. You could have gotten hurt, or worse. And that applies to everyone. Oh, except Maki. I think she can handle herself just fine.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah. You know, this does... Should I even talk about it? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it, fuck it. I mean, speaking of getting startled and peeing, this does remind me of one moment I had, like... 3 years ago, I believe it was. It was like 2 years or 3 years ago, I don't remember, but it was really dark. I was with like 2 friends, and all of us went back home after a party. well, I parted ways with them and went the rest of the way alone. And my god, I had a full bladder at that moment. And then suddenly a random dog just barks at me and I peed myself. I think that at a point I still had some bladder problems, and I did have some bladder problems when I was a kid too, but I guess I'll leave it at that, so. And I don't think that was the first time I ever had a moment like that where I got startled and I peed myself. That's for sure. I don't think that is the first time.
So if Kaito asked for a crossbow, does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise. I trusted Kaito and took a crossbow from Maki's lab.
Yeah, I was wondering if you truly were that comfortable giving Kaito the crossbow, thinking that he might murder someone with it. But I guess you thought of that too.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
But then, what did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorms.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi, only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
And there's proof of that. Yeah, man. I mean, you were like right there. You were with Shuichi when we found Kokichi's clothes.
This is it! Remember that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
Yep. Both Kaito and Kokichi got hit with the same kind of weapon.
So Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
Then it was Kaito who shot him, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow, but...
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
Maki's been acting strangely. But why? Does she know something? If so, what does she know? I'm gonna say that she knows quite a bit. And now that we discussed Himiko's situation and we arrived at the topic of who shot who, I think it is time we confront Maki once again about this whole thing. Another uphill battle, Shuichi.
Maybe Maki's right. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. But in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
You sure about that?
Hey? Monokuma?
Huh?
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things. After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter. For example, is Kokichi really inside that exhilarating? Stuff like that.
Wow. I do hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to side with Monokuma here, given that he's asking a legit question. Is it really Kokichi inside that exile? Because, really, the ultimate evidence that will truly show us who is inside that exile is actually letting us see who is inside. They can just raise the cockpit, and boom, problem solved. And here's something I'm gonna have to say about this, folks. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that should be used, given that it is so risky, but at the end of the trial, we will all have to vote, right? So the person inside the exile will have to exit the exile as well, and use the panel in order to vote. So it's not like they can stay in there forever. Just wanted to mention that.
What?
What?
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
That is true. And it was pitch perfect. Both Kaito and Kokichi's voice are, like, pitch perfect.
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
Yeah. It makes sense it would have one. It... what? Shuichi, I love you, man. You're like a... you're like a friend to me, and I do trust your detective work. But... excuse me for a moment. Why are you so surprised of that? That should have been the first thing you think of when you heard both of their voices. Like coming from the exile. You can't be for real, right? Shuichi! Shuichi! Wake up!
Ha! 'Cause of that, nobody realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi. But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys! The luminary of the stars has arrived. This time for real.
What? What's going on?
I told you, I'm Kaito. I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice. Sorry about tricking you guys like that. My bad.
Huh? So Kaito's in there after all?
Don't be stupid. How many times are you going to be tricked by him? That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
Oh god. Maki, please.
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
I can't move because of the injury I got from Kokichi. It's so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Is that so?
It's so bad you cannot even stand, you say.
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
Kaito is alive after all. Maybe... no, maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it really true? What story does the evidence tell? Does that story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? I need to give a well-reasoned answer to that question, and soon. I cannot look away from the truth. Wait, are you serious? You want me to choose this like right now? What's the matter, Shuichi? You just gotta say it with confidence. Look away from the truth. Most of the evidence we have now shows that Kaito is the victim. What's the matter, Shuichi? You gotta say it with confidence. Trying. I really am. But I cannot think of anyone other than Kaito. Most of the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be easy.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito. Kaito is already dead.
Whoa!
There will never die! Good, good! This is already more entertaining.
Okay, that gave me a little bit of a jump scare. But I think I can smell from far away what this debate is going to be about.
Now, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! All right, let's give it everything we've got!
Alright. This is gonna be a wild one. I don't really have any lead as to who I truly believe died. My gut feeling is telling me that Kaito is still alive. However, we are being forced into this. Meaning, I'm gonna have to follow Shuichi in what he truly believes for now. Let's do this! Oh god.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the exisal.
He said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the mastermind, but...
Maki! The mastermind is still alive. Inside that exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito being alive?
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the exisal.
Alright. When we are inconsistent, our position looks weak. We have to work together. In order to get the truth, we have to accept it. Kaito is dead.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the exisal.
Kaito is dead.
Unless he comes out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
He said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Anyone who knows
Whew, that
Kaito's
was
injury
actually a
can
pretty
make that
close one,
claim.
I think.
Is it
Alright, there you
possible
go.
that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
Maki!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
There was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
That's true.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the mastermind, but
But
Mastermind is still alive. Inside that exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito being alive?
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
this is very debatable. I cannot choose! Alright. Well, for now, we shall do our best, Shuichi. Come on. I believe in your decision.
This is our answer.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, I still can't. But the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
I hate it too. I cannot really piece things together as is. The evidence shown thus far does tell us that Kaito is the one that died. The mystery is still there, and we still have long ways to go till we reach the truth. But we cannot tiptoe around it. If Kaito is truly dead, then we will also need to prepare our spirit and accept it. My gut feeling is telling me that Kaito is still alive. Or maybe it's not gut feeling. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Again.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
Sorry, that was just a little joke.
what a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Monokuma?
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
He's sweating like a motherfucking pig.
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely?
Indeed. The best course of action for now. Think logically about every single detail. We are saying that Kaito is dead, but the mystery is still there in what actually happened.
I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
I agree, but... What do you think, Maki?
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then, let the debate begin!
Alright. Sequence of events, eh? I think it is time for us to truly solve this mystery.
When the crossbow fired, what was even going on?
If you need to ask, you were there!
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one!
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
That's
Still,
true.
only one arrow was fired. So how could they both shoot each other?
By the way, crossbow shots hurt a lot. My wound is still aching something fierce.
Wait, hold on a second. Why is Himiko saying that only one arrow was shot? What? What was that just now? I feel like that goes against the information I have.
When the crossbow fired, what was even going on?
Only
You didn't
one.
ask, you were there.
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at
Himiko
Kokichi
said
too.
only one arrow.
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow was fired.
Ah, no, it's flying away.
They
Oh,
both shoot each other.
Himiko.
By the way, crossbow shots hurt a lot. My wound is still aching something fierce.
Alright, well, actually, let's see about this. What do you mean only one arrow, Himiko?
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first.
I mean, you can say for sure that it was just one arrow. Because we found 3 arrows in the bathroom.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still...
Just gonna get some time. Might as well.
Only one arrow.
Alright, stay still. Yes.
That's wrong!
B-point!
Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, one arrow?
Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow, so...
Wait, what? This is actually the first time I'm hearing this. So you're saying the black case didn't have multiple arrows. You only gave him one. And yet, we found 3 arrows in the bathroom. What?
Are you positive?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong.
Well then, that's strange, because... there were 3 arrows in the bathroom, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one!
Huh. This actually helps one of the possibilities I had before the trial. Okay. Thank you, Himiko! Thank you for actually mentioning that. Now we are on a new lead.
Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said she only brought 1. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
I mean, I am having serious doubts that Himiko will lie about this at this point, to be quite honest.
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
Yes. And why did the chicken cross the road with its head cut off?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene.
And all 3 arrows had blood on them. Which makes sense given the state of the clothes. 2 holes in Kokichi's coat, and 1 in Kaito's.
And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Then where did those arrows come from? I don't think that Himiko is lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. Alright, Shuichi. Think! Think! Whether you're using the Mind Mine or Psych Taxi or whatever, doesn't matter. We will reach the truth at some point. Alright, Psych Taxi. Oh shit. Oh man, I actually forgot. I know I said at the beginning of this trial that I don't really have much to change, but there's the Exisal holding Kaito on the billboard. I know I said at the beginning of this trial that I don't really have much to change in terms of skills, but one thing that I forgot was to actually change the cars and such. Because, I don't know, I did say before that I wanted to use this car so that we can go through this minigame as fast as possible, like, save some time. But given that I'm doing quite a lot of mistakes, given that I'm so fast, I was thinking of actually going back to the first car, but whatever. How many arrows did Himo give Kaito? One, of course. I think that was already established. Alright, next question. Next question, yo! Are we gonna see more Tsumugi on the billboard? No, we see Kokichi. Ugh. Look, I don't want Shuichi to have like dreams of Kokichi, you know. I mean, I am already worried that. Hey, Monokuma! Sweet! We found a hidden Monokuma! Which usually, they're like only one per trial and such. That's cool. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about before. I mean, if I am to do every single Love Hotel moment, like after I end this game, we are gonna have to worry about Shuichi and Kokichi in the same room. So, I don't think I really want Shuichi to think of Kokichi at this point, like right now. We will think about that later. Were all the arrows inside the hangar from the start? Nah, I doubt that. I mean, I'm having my doubts that the hangar would have like arrows in the first place. I mean, why would there be? It's not like there was like a special place where we can put them. The only place where the arrows will come from would be... what is that? What is that on the billboard? Pass through the center. I mean, I'm going in the center. Ah, there's no center in it. Oh, that's so not fair. I mean, look at this road over here. You cannot avoid a car like that, like on this dinky road over here. Yeah, what is that on the billboard? That was so unfair. Okay, please, no more cars. Like, okay, thank you. I mean, the only place where you could get... Yeah, seriously, I don't know what... I can already see what that is on the billboards. I don't understand it. Are those clothes? Maybe if I slow it down a little bit. Oh, it's Kibo. Like, when we tested the hydraulic press on him. Gotcha. I was thinking for a second, it was like all purple and such. I didn't know what it was. It wasn't supposed to be purple. Who brought the two arrows? Himiko, Kokichi, a third party. I think I already know the answer. It connects! It connects, Shuichi! Shuchi-guchi!
Could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party?